Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, it's your girl Brittany here, and I'm here just with another update as to how everything's going. First of all, wow, I'm at nearly 180 subscribers. That's awesome. Thank you so much if you're one of my subscribers, and I seem to be gaining a lot of traction in that space, so thank you. And in total, my videos have had, I think it's nearly 9,000 views. Little old me, 9,000 views. It's fantastic, thank you. I'm doing something a little bit different here today, using a different part of my apartment. I've got a few baskets of washing I need to fold up, so I thought, why not I won't put that on display today. So yeah, so fantastic. Subscribers, views, are really kicking off, so I really appreciate that, and lots of comments coming through as well, which is really cool. I do try to reply to them all, and if I'm a bit slow, I'm sorry. I'm such a busy girl. Now, what's been going on? So the Festival of Brittany is well and truly finished. My birthday, my wedding anniversary, and the anniversary of my weight loss surgery were all last week. Also, it was also the anniversary. I forgot we got the keys to our first house on the 8th of March as well. So lots of things happened last week. Beautiful birthday celebrations. Everything was wonderful. Thank you to my friends and family who helped me celebrate, and especially my wife and my children, who really made me feel special. I may put that in the last video. So what's been happening? You may notice I'm in very casual wear again. You're thinking, what's happening here, Britt? Are we losing our fashion edge? No, I've gone back to work. I went back to work actually physically out of the unit to my work locations this week. So I'm walking around in basically heeled boots all day. I'm wearing business suits. I went and bought a whole new wardrobe. I bought some beautiful women's business suits, lots of new blouses. So I'm really looking the part, or I think I am anyway. So day 2, done and dusted, and I have to say the reception has been overwhelmingly positive. I have a team of about 75 to 80 people that I manage, and I'm slowly getting around and seeing them, and I hope within a couple of weeks I get to see everybody. But it's very difficult because geographically everyone's quite spread out. But the ones that I have met with so far, the response has been so nice. First of all, when they see me, I'm not incognito anymore. I'm not in disguise, because I've put my face out on a few team meetings, few video team meetings, so people know what I look like. Where before I was quite stealth, I could make my way through and no one would know it was me. But now they catch me out every time. But they all greet me with, "Hello, Brittany, how are you?" Which is lovely, because I requested to use my preferred name, and I requested for them to use my she and her pronouns. So everybody's doing that. I hope this isn't too echoey. I am in a corridor here. This is my front door. Probably people walking past, coming home from work, and thinking, who's that crazy person in there talking to themselves? Anyway, sorry, no disrespect to anybody. Be very careful what we say. Okay, so out at work, getting around, and boy, did I have some lovely comments today. Things that I had not expected. I had a female staff member say to me, like, "You look great, like, you really look good." And it's a real boost to the confidence. If you're a transgender person, male or female, you know that those little things, those little comments, go such a long way. And I think her words were something like, "You really look like a woman." I'm like, that's convenient, because I am. But on a serious note, I said, thank you so much. I said, that really does mean a lot to me. I think they just didn't know what to expect. Sure, like I said, they saw me on a video once or twice for 20 seconds, but see me in real life, it must be a real different experience for them, because it definitely is for me. So it's lovely to get those kind of compliments. I didn't know how I would be received, but it was beautiful. And I'd sort of shared that comment that was made with the manager on duty that was there at this particular location, and I said, look, wasn't it lovely of this person to say those things about me? And I explained to him how wonderful that made me feel. And he said, well, actually, I wanted to say that you look fantastic, like you really look wonderful, but I wasn't sure if that was appropriate or not, because a male commenting on how a female looks these days can be perceived as inappropriate comments, or it could be perceived as the wrong thing. But I said, look, to this person, I said, thank you so much. In this context, to me, that means the world. It really does. It really helps me with my confidence, and it just helps me feel validated and that I'm doing the right thing. I mean, we can be so shallow and vain sometimes, can't we? But it is, look, let's not beat around the bush. It is nice to get compliments. And I know I particularly like it. So it brings me to this stage now. I feel as though I'm really embracing my alignment. I'm really coming into my own. I'm so happy, and that's what people keep saying to me. They said, look, you were always a happy person. You were always, very nice, and you were considerate, and you were always, very polite in the way you spoke to us, and respectful is the word they use. They said, but now you just seem like on this other level happy. And I said, that's because I am. Basically, it's because I'm giving you all of me now. There's 100% of me coming out. I don't have to hide, and all those feelings, that guilt and shame, and that all those negative things that you feel prior to coming out and prior to embracing who you are, all that just disappears. And it just allows you, or it's allowed me in my experience, to really open up and just to really embrace who you are, and it's okay to be happy. So that's really been wonderful. So I'm at this stage now where, there's the horrible P word, the passing word that, most of us aspire to at one stage or another of our transition. From my experience, it was very early on, and one of the fears and the reasons why I didn't come out is because, I guess, pre-weight loss, when I was 140 kilos, I was a big bearded, quite muscular, large-framed person. I thought there's no way in this world I'm ever going to be presentable as a female, and I'm never going to pass. And that's valid. Yes, there's a lot of argument and discussion around passing, but as I have transitioned, I have come to learn that it's not the be-all and end-all. I mean, I know I'm not perfect, and, in saying that, what is perfect? I'll tell you what perfect is. Here's my definition of perfect for you. Perfect is feeling confident that you are happy with how you look, with how you sound, with how you walk, your mannerisms. Once you reach that point where you're happy just being you, then you're perfect. And I don't mind saying that that's exactly where I am. I really don't care what people think of me. Sure, look, on some level we do. We all care. I'd be lying if I said I didn't completely care. But what is most important to me now is how I feel about me. Sure, I'm concerned about how my wife perceives me, my family, my children. They're important things. But they've more than shown me that they love me as me. And it doesn't matter what I look like, how I present. As long as I'm modestly dressed and I'm not trying to act like I'm a 21-year-old, then they might say, I don't think you're presenting the best that you could. And we have lots of conversations. I'm sorry, I just realised I've got a pimple. Something must be happening, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, I do care about what some people think, but again, in the context of knowing that they love me anyway, and it really doesn't matter. But I want to put my best foot forward every time I leave the house. I have pride in my appearance. I want to look good for me. I don't want to look good for anybody else. I definitely don't want to look good for any men, but that's okay for you if you're doing it for somebody else, and that's okay. But for me, that is just not on my radar. I'm doing this for me, and I want to present well, and I want to look good and feel good for me. So I'm at the point where I think that I am comfortable with me, and at the end of the day, I look and I sound and I behave like me, and you can't change that. I am who I am. I am individual. I am Brittany. There's no one else like me, and there's no one else like you. Although we are bound by common circumstances, we are individuals and we are ourselves. So if you're on a journey of self-acceptance, if you're on a journey of building confidence, and how do I come out into the world, and how do I present as my authentic self? I'm terrified, I'm scared, how do I do it? You've just got to get to a point where you're comfortable. Damn everybody else. It doesn't matter. Yeah, there's going to be times, there's going to be people, and there's going to be setbacks. But I think on that point as well, I think I have adapted quite a bit too, and I think my toolbox has grown, so I've got the tools and the skills now that when something comes along that isn't so desirable, I can deal with that a lot easier. I'm not saying that it's getting easier. My transition is not getting easier. God, I'm enjoying it. Like I'm loving the journey. I'm loving the ride. But I just think I'm better equipped now to deal with those issues and those speed bumps in the road that come along, that I don't allow them to sideline me anymore. Whereas that's what was happening at the start or earlier on in my transition. A negative comment would happen, or a family member wouldn't agree, or a physical change, an emotion, something would happen, and it'd be like, boom, like that's it. I'm out of action. Write me off for the day, for the week in one case. And then you sort of bounce back and you realise that this is all part of it. It's all part of the journey. It's not all going to be smooth sailing and easy times. There's going to be challenges, and that's what builds your character. That's what builds the strength and your armour. So you can then do, I guess, what I'm doing now, and stepping out into the world just as me, not giving two stuffs about how people perceive me, about how I think they look at me. Like, you can go crazy worrying about that stuff. You know, and my therapist summed it up so well so long ago, and it just didn't register at the time. She said, they're strangers. What does it matter what they think about you? You're probably never going to see them again. So what, they're going to go home and tell their partner or a friend, oh, I think I saw a transgender person today. So what? I actually am transgender. So if anything, I was seen, I was visible. Somebody saw me and acknowledged me. It may not have been in the most positive of ways, but I'm real. I've been acknowledged. So I think there's always, oh, hello wall. I think there's always a way to rethink things, to reframe things, to say, you know what, I could let this get me down, I could let this derail me for the day, or I can frame it differently and say, yes, so what? It's just another example of a way that my armour's getting a bit thicker, and I'm learning to be more resilient in how to deal with these things. So when future hurdles come along, you just knock them over like nothing's going on. And then you maintain your composure, you maintain being happy and focused on what it is you really want out of your life, what it is you really want out of your transition. You can focus back on the reason why you started doing this in the first place. Remember that whole piece about find your why? My why is because this is who I am. It's because this is my true identity. It's because this is me at my most authentic, and it's damn beautiful being this person. I'm not going to deny it. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much once again for listening to me. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you to everybody who's looked at all of my videos. I'll keep doing these as long as you like them and you want me to do more. I'll keep doing them. Try and stop me. I dare you. It's not going to happen. And continue to leave those comments in the comment section. All right, have a lovely evening. Bye for now. See you later. Oh, this thing again. Bye.